The Kalita Wave is one of the OG coffee drippers. And I'm gonna show you how to use it today. It's fortunately very simple to use and a little easier than some conical drippers. So let's get into it. And I'm gonna show you how to keep your kids entertained in the process as well. Now, if you are a parent and you have busy children, the first step when you're doing something like this is to give them something to participate with you. And you get this, and you get this, okay?
Okay.
Don't drink it, and you gotta wait for me to tell you what to do, okay? Does that sound good? Okay. Now, the place that people struggle with the Kalita Wave is lots of times you'll be doing a pour over brew, and you'll be pouring, and then all of a sudden, the brew will stall, and it will end up taking a lot longer than you expect, and it will end up coming out very bitter. So there's one big way to avoid that, and it's to do a long pour right in the center. And that's not actually gonna cause the water to go right through, because if you can see in the design right here, the holes are actually on the outside. So if you're pouring right into the center, the water is gonna go through the coffee bed, agitate everything up, keep everything suspended in there, and keep it from clogging in the bottom. So I'm gonna show you how to do that in a minute, but we're gonna go through this recipe that is very simple, very beginner friendly, and difficult to mess up, fortunately for those of you with littles, okay? So what we're gonna do in this recipe is we are gonna do 16 grams of coffee, and we're going to do 250 grams of water. Okay, so the first step that you can do is measure out 16 grams of coffee. You're gonna use a scale for that and grind it up medium fine. So I'm gonna go and grind my coffee. Your guys' coffee is already ground, okay?
So we can dump it in.
You can dump it in, yeah.
Here, let me put this.
Okay, thank you. So once you've ground your coffee, the first thing you're gonna do is pre-wet your filter. I have my kettle heated to 208 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where's mine?
I'm gonna show you in a minute, and I'm just gonna pre-wet my filter, and then very important, dump out this water. You gonna change your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, hey sweetheart. Here you go, dear. Okay, yes. Okay, so once you have your filter pre-wet and the water dumped out, you can go ahead and dump your coffee grounds in. Yeah, don't get burned, okay? So the first thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna turn on your scale, tare it, set it to 0. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a bloom. Now that's going to set up our coffee to extract well over the second part of the recipe. But basically we're just gonna pour a smaller amount of water into the coffee bed, and this will allow some of the gases to release. So I'm gonna start my timer and I'm gonna pour in 50 grams of water very aggressively, and I'm gonna let it sit for 45 seconds. All right, so we're gonna pour. Isaac, you can pour in if you want. You wanna try and get all the ground saturated and then pour right in the center. I usually do a little swirl. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Okay, put it down. And I'm gonna let it sit until my timer hits 45 seconds. Do you need help? Good job. Okay, that's enough, that's enough. Good job. All right, so now I'm just at the 45-second mark. Now what I'm gonna do is a slow pour right in the center. And I'm gonna pour all the way up to 250 grams of water. Yeah, and I'm going to pick up speed as I get towards the end of the pour. I'm just gonna keep slow and steady. And I'm just
back to where I started.
And I'm just gonna pour until I get to the 250 gram mark.
Give it to me.
Super easy. All right, Levi, now you can go ahead. Now what that center pour does is it keeps all the ground suspended in the water, and it keeps those holes in the bottom from getting clogged. Now, you just need to wait for it to drain all the way down, and that drain should finish somewhere around the 2 to 2 minute and 20 second mark. It may go all the way to the 2 minute and 30 second mark, and that's totally fine. If it comes out too bitter, what you want to do is you want to go coarser on your grind, and if it comes out a little sour, then what you want to do is you want to go a little bit finer on your grind.
Your coffee's gonna be very good.
Now, I'm just at the 2 minute and 20 second mark, and my coffee has finished draining. So let's give it a taste and see how it is. That is a deliciously balanced cup of coffee. I'm loving it. So that's as easy as it is to brew on the Kalita Wave.
Coffee.
2 steps,
He wants coffee.
delicious
He wants
coffee. Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yummy
Cheers.
coffee.
Cheers.
You want to have a sip? That's good. You want to have a sip?
Yummy, yummy!